Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I shampoo my hair. First, I'm going to be starting off on hair that I've had flat ironed for about a week now, and it has a lot of product buildup with dry shampoo, hair serums, and everything else I use throughout my hair being straight, and my roots are really puffy from being in the jacuzzi. So this is how my hair looks when it's time to have it washed. First thing I do when I get in the shower is I use a paddle brush to detangle my hair because you don't really want to wash tangled hair because it's just going to make the detangling process a lot harder later on. Then I start by rinsing my hair, and most people would just put water on their hair just to get it wet and then throw on some shampoo, but I actually rinse my hair until it gets completely curly again, and I try my best to rinse out as much product as possible before I go in with the shampoo. Doing it this way helps me to get a really good lather on the shampoo the first time around so that I don't have to use so much product and so that I only have to wash my hair one time. As you can see, my curls are starting back to get curly again, and I'm actually going to keep going until the top portion of my hair gets back curly as well. Then I go through and separate my hair. I finger detangle it just to get the water everywhere to really rinse out all the product that I've had in my hair. I use a lot of serums in my hair to keep it moisturized throughout it being straight, and I also use a lot of dry shampoo and dry conditioner throughout it being straight just to prolong my flat iron hairstyle. So when I rinse it out, you can start to see a lot of the product coming out. And if I were to just throw shampoo on it when I got it wet, then the shampoo wouldn't really lather as well, and I would have to use a lot more product, and I would most likely have to shampoo it again just to get my hair really clean. So as you can see, I'm sectioning my hair, going through the back, letting the water hit my scalp, and you can see a lot of the product still coming out with my hair even curly. So if you want to shampoo your hair only one time and you want to get a really good lather the first time without using so much of your shampoo products, then just do it this way. Keep rinsing your hair until it really feels like you've gotten everything you can out with just water alone. Then I'm going to be using my KERACARE Detangling Moisturizing Shampoo. And I'm going to put a bunch of that in my hair and start at the top and literally just run it all the way through to my ends over top all of my hair. And then I go back with more pumps and add it to the back of my hair. And then a few more pumps going throughout the middle of my hair because it's really thick back there, and it's really easy to miss spots with the shampoo. So I like to section away my hair and put it on my scalp just to make sure that everything is getting shampooed thoroughly. Now you can see me just going through my hair, really lathering up all of the shampoo, and I'm basically using the balls of my fingers to get in on my scalp and massage it in circular up and down motions. And I'm basically scrubbing my root area. I'm not using my fingernails to scratch my scalp. I only typically do that when I take down braids that have been in my hair for a really long time. So I'm basically just working the shampoo throughout all of my hair, making sure I scrub my scalp and my hair thoroughly so that I only have to do one shampoo. So then I actually smooth my hair into this little cone situation, and I take the rest of my shower and I do all my normal routine, and I basically just leave my hair like this in this cone until I'm ready to get out of the shower. So I'll like wash my face, lather my body, use my spin brush, and yeah, that's basically what I do while the shampoo is working in my hair. Then I just take the shower water lightly over the whole top, and then I go back through and I start massaging and lathering up the shampoo again. I just like to add water a few times and lather it up before I actually rinse it out, and you can feel it cleaning your hair even more. So I do that one more time and I keep lathering it up, and it really feels like it's getting clean. My hair doesn't feel dry or like starchy or like that squeakiness. It actually feels moisturized and it really feels clean as well. So I basically rinse out the shampoo, and I'm making sure I'm rinsing in a downward motion and also separating big chunks to let the water run down my scalp and rinse out all of the suds throughout the middle of my hair where it's a lot thicker. And just make sure you rinse out all the product thoroughly and make sure all of the suds are out, because if you leave shampoo residue, it could dry out your hair if you don't rinse it out properly. So I squeeze the water throughout my hair, just making sure and checking through to see if all the suds are completely gone. Once I have it all rinsed out, this is what my hair looks like. It feels moisturized and nice. Now I'm going to go in with this restorative mask by KERACARE as well. So I basically put a couple pumps all over the tops of my hair, kind of like I did the shampoo, and just run it down. And then I go in with more pumps and go throughout the mids, ends of my hair, all throughout the middle. And then I use a couple more pumps to go underneath. So now that I have the product all the way through my hair, I'm going to be taking a paddle brush and sectioning my hair off into big sections, basically, because if I start detangling the whole thing, it's a little bit more work, and I find that this is nicer on the hair. So I just apply a little bit more conditioner in case I miss some spots, and then take my paddle brush starting from the ends and working my way up and really just combing that product through my hair and working it through, making sure that all of my hair is fully saturated. And I continue this process throughout my whole head, basically finger detangling it, sectioning it off, adding more conditioner, and paddle brushing it. Once I'm done with all of that, I clip my hair up and I use a shower cap and rinse off the rest of my body and dry off. And basically, I keep the deep conditioner on my hair overnight with a scarf on top of that shower cap. And this is the next morning, and I had it in a ponytail. Now I'm just wetting my hair and rinsing out all of the products. I feel like the deep conditioner really did a great job repairing my hair. It was really, really dry before I did this, and all throughout my hair, from the roots to the ends, it felt really moisturized and really strong. So I will definitely be using this deep conditioner to the end, and I highly recommend it for anyone struggling with breakage and anyone wanting to get their natural curl pattern back. I really feel like over time your hair can see the benefits of using this. Then once again, I like to use a paddle brush to detangle my hair, and I detangle it starting from the ends under the water and working my way up towards the top. When I rinse my hair under the water, it kind of helps me detangle it a lot easier without too much friction. So yeah, I'm just combing my hair under the water so that I can put it in a low ponytail. The reason I put in a low ponytail in the shower is so that, for one, it's easier to comb through, and two, my hair is going to kind of air dry in that ponytail for the most part, and it helps me keep my hair stretched so that when I start blow drying it, it won't be that difficult or that much work. So yeah, this is what I do. I put in the ponytail under the water just to kind of smooth everything all out. So once I took my hair out of that slightly air dried ponytail, this is what I'm working with. And so yeah, this is basically brushed out after that ponytail. And so now we're going to blow dry it on the medium heat setting. And I'm taking my paddle brush and I'm holding my paddle brush and kind of just running the air throughout my hair to make it easier to blow dry and to kind of stretch it at the same time without having to rake the brush through my hair like so much when it's like really wet. So yeah, I'm just using the paddle brush and following along with the blow dryer in a downward motion and brushing my hair at the same time just to kind of get through all the strands and make sure everything is getting dried. So I basically repeat this all over my head, all the way around to the other side, and I kind of brush diagonally and hold the hair out in the brush with the air hitting it in a downward motion. And yeah, just make sure you don't concentrate too much on one area. For instance, just only brushing along the top and not going throughout the middle, because that could dry out your hair a lot faster and it could cause breakage over time. So I basically brush in different directions and make sure I'm separating my hair and going throughout the middle and all throughout my hairs instead of just focusing on the top, because yeah, it just helps you blow dry a little bit faster. So once I finish that process, this is basically what my hair looks like. All brushed out and blow dried. So now I'm just gonna part it throughout the middle, and this is actually how I flat iron and style my hair every single time. Ever since I first done it, this is how I've always done it, and this is how I'm gonna keep doing it. So I part it down the middle and I put it in two big old sections. Working in two sections is a lot easier than just parting it from one side to another, because when you get to the middle, it becomes a little bit harder to have consistent sections. And for me, it's just a lot easier to part it in half. Before I clip up the second section, I take out a chunk in the back and I just kind of feel with my fingers how much hair to take out. And I slide across my scalp with my fingernail and just leave that piece of hair out and clip the rest. So today I'm going to be using my Baby Bliss Pro flat iron on the highest heat setting, which is 450, and a skinny bristle brush. A lot of people do the comb chase method when they flat iron hair, but I actually use the brush chase method when I flat iron my hair. So first I detangle my hair from the ends to the top, and then what I do to do the brush chase method is I put the brush all the way at my root and make sure all the strands are completely through the brush so that it's tight in there and not going anywhere. And then I take the flat iron and hit up my roots a couple times and I slide down all the way to the ends. And I normally go up to 2 passes per strand, but in the front I just do 1 pass because my hair is not as curly back there, up there. So yeah, I basically repeat this whole process and I just keep doing sections like this using the brush chase method. And you just detangle each piece before you go in with the brush, because this will make it easier to slide down, and then secure the brush up at your root area, and then take the flat iron in front of that and back of that and just go all the way down your hair. And you want to make sure you got a grip on the flat iron and squeeze the flat iron shut. You don't just want to close it and glide down. In order to get a lot of body, you really want to add a lot of tension with the flat iron so that your hair can move when you move. So yeah, you guys get the drift. I'm basically going to go all the way up to the top, and I keep doing these horizontal sections until I get to half of my head up near my ear, and then I'll show you guys how I flat iron the front. So once I get to the side by my ear in the front, I just going towards my face in horizontal sections, and it's basically like you're flat ironing your hair in 4 sections, but you're really not. You only have 2 big sections, and then you just change up the way you start sectioning your hair when you get to the front half of your head, and it makes it so much easier. So like I said, I only do 1 pass in the front because my hair is not as curly and it's a little bit thinner than the back. When you secure all the hair in the brush, you really get your roots really well, and it just makes your hair have so much more body, and you don't have to do as much work or apply as much heat when you do it with the brush. Versus doing it with the comb, I feel like you would have to go over it more times. So I basically continue this way all the way up into my middle part, and then I'll go back in and start the other side and repeat the same exact steps. So this is what it looks like in comparison. You can see that my hair is really flat on the flat iron side and bushy on the other side. So I just repeat the same process going all the way up my head, and I'm just going to fast forward through this part and you guys can see me work. Once I finish and get to the top, I just take a bigger section to make sure everything is flat and laying straight in the same direction, and then I'm just gonna fix up my part just to get a crisp straight across straight back part. And now I'm going to be taking the BioSilk hair serum, and this is their new one that just came out that's mixed with coconut oil. So I thought it would be nice to try out since coconut oil is really moisturizing for the hair, and I already like the BioSilk normal hair serum, so I don't know, I just want to try it and I like it a lot. So I just run that through my hair and I make sure I saturate as many strands as possible with that little bit. A little bit does go a long way. It's very silky and it doesn't weigh your hair down at all. And as you can see, I still have a lot of body even after applying that serum. Sometimes when you apply oil in your hair, um, it could feel really stiff, and yeah, with BioSilk, you don't really need to do that. I think it's a silicone serum. I believe it is. So it doesn't weigh your hair down, and you can literally apply hella this, and your hair will still move when you move, and your hair will have a lot of body. And this is my hair, you guys. It is finally to a point where it gets curly from root to tip, and I don't have any more heat damage. And I'm a true believer that you can straighten your hair and still have curly hair. You just need to make sure you deep condition it overnight, keep it moisturized when it's straight, get regular trims and stay on a trim schedule, and make sure you listen to your hair. If it's dry, moisturize it. If it's got split ends, you need to trim it. If you're going to be straightening it and coloring it, then you need to deep condition it. Even if you have oily hair, you can tell what you'll need to do by looking at the ends of your hair. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this hair tutorial. Make sure you answer the poll at the top of this video so that I can get you guys' opinion on my next hair tutorial on my natural hair. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking to the end. I hope that you are subscribed. If you're not, then go ahead and hit that red button and let's become friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.